What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jake Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Off a really good night last night, man. We went 2-0 officially on the premium side. Of course, our top play yesterday was the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers. I told you guys yesterday here on the show, if Luka Doncic is the player who I know him to be, the player who I've been yapping about over the last 3-4 seasons, the Lakers are going to dominate this game, and he's going to have a monster game. And that's exactly what happened. Yes, it was really emotional. It was sad. I still honestly can't believe it's a reality that he's not on my former team, the Dallas Mavericks. They were in there yelling, "Fire Nico." Mark Cuban was looking really sad and distraught. It's crazy how a franchise did this to themselves, a self-inflicted wound. Not even 9 months removed from an NBA Finals, they did this to themselves, man. It is what it is, man. Be what it be. It's sad. Again, I still can't believe it's a reality, but it is what it is. Last night, the Lakers locked up a playoff seed, a playoff bid. It's 9 times out of 10 they're going to be the 3 seed in the playoffs. The Mavs, they did lock up something last night. They locked up a spot in the play-in tournament. Congratulations to them, I guess. We'll see if they're able to battle their way out of the play-in tournament and play either the Rockets or Oklahoma City in the first round. But yeah, man, that's what it was last night, man. The Don went for 45 in Dallas. First player since Wilt Chamberlain to score 45 points on a team that he scored 45 points on in that same season. So, crazy stat. We also cashed last night with the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Shout out to them boys. We love them boys, man. They're our favorite money-making team for good reason. No Shea, with Shea, don't matter. Second string, first string, don't matter. Double digits, not double digits, don't matter. Lay it with the Thunder Buddies, man. Thunder Buddies for life. So, solid 2-0 night for us last night. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward into tonight. We got 5 games on the card tonight in the NBA. Pretty tricky card, but I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, get you the information you need to know, and get you, ladies and gentlemen, in and out of here. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the damn thing. Without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. First game on the board, we got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Detroit Pistons. Pistons, 3.5-point home favorites in this thing. Total 228.5. I'm going to lean towards Detroit laying the 3.5 here in this one. First thing I'll say is the Knicks are coming to this one really banged up and or resting guys. Mitchell Robinson, he's out still. OG Anunoby, he's out for this one. Josh Hart, he's out. The Pistons, they're healthy. Cunningham's probable. Isaiah Stewart's probable. Tobias Harris, he's probable. The Detroit Pistons, they've won 2 of the last 3 meetings over the New York Knicks. Knicks won the first meeting to start the season, 128-98 in Detroit on the 1st of November. The Pistons have turned around and won the next 2 meetings, 120-111 on the 7th of December in New York, and 124-119 on the 13th of January in New York. I think they make it 3 straight wins over the Knicks. The Pistons haven't been playing all that well recently. Losers of 4 of their last 5. Perfect get-right spot for them at home, at the crib. Ease the ship style spot. Gain some momentum heading into the playoff style spot. I'm on Detroit. I'll lay the points here in our first game of the night. We keep it rolling. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, sizable 9.5-point home favorites here in this one. The reason the Pacers are such huge favorites, Cleveland is resting a couple guys here in this one. Max Strus, he's out. Donovan Mitchell, he's out. Darius Garland, he's out. Evan Mobley, he's out. Small lean on Indiana. It's a lean at best. Indiana hasn't been a dominant ATS team this season. Cleveland has, but with all the guys out of the lineup, I'm not really interested in betting this game. We got the playoffs right on the horizon. No need to throw away random units on games with unknown players playing bulk of the minutes. You feel me? So Indiana should flood them. In that same breath, it wouldn't shock me if the Pacers won this game by 7. Small lean on Indiana. They should win this game by double digits. Personally, I'm leaving this game alone tonight. We keep it rolling. We got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Nets 13.5-point home dogs in this one. I don't trust the Hawks laying 13.5 points on bad teams, especially not out on the road. I know Brooklyn isn't and hasn't been a trustworthy home ATS team. We much rather bet Brooklyn getting a bundle of points out on the road. But in this one, it's a pick between two evils. I will lean towards Brooklyn getting the points in my back pocket. What I like much better in this game, I don't do a lot of NBA totals. Y'all know that. But I do like an over in this basketball game tonight. I think defense in this game will be an outright afterthought. I think it's going to be an open gym style game. Points. Guys just going at each other, shooting threes, getting to the rack, easy layups. Last week of the NBA season style game. You feel me? Love the over in this spot. From a side perspective, lean towards Brooklyn. I just don't trust Atlanta laying this style number on the road on bad teams. Remember, Atlanta plays up to their competition, but when they play bad teams, they play down to their competition. Laying 13.5 points on the road, I feel like we're asking for it. Keep it rolling, man. We got the New Orleans Pelicans out on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks 14.5-point home favorites in this one. Total 220.5. These two teams just played the other day. Milwaukee did win that game. I had Milwaukee that day laying that extended number. Giannis Antetokounmpo ended up being a late scratch that day, which really threw a wrench in what we thought we were going to get in that spot. That was frustrating. You know, I bet games early in the day to give my clients and everybody a chance to get in. You know, some people got to drive to the casino. Everybody just doesn't have it on their phone, and everybody isn't in the same time period. You know, some people got work, things of that nature. So I post my games early in the day. Sometimes news breaks our way. Sometimes it doesn't. That was a game where it just didn't break our way. Tonight, I'm still going to lay the 14.5 with Milwaukee. We've been blindly fading New Orleans for majority of the season. We only got a couple more chances to do so. I got to take full advantage of that. Pelicans are terrible. They're done. They're cooked. Stick a fork in them. Milwaukee, this team, playing well heading into the playoffs. I think they continue to play well heading into the playoffs. Some news, I saw Damian Lillard may be back for this team soon. Milwaukee, I don't like this team, but in that same breath, they can go on a run. Like, they got the pieces, but in that same breath, it's Milwaukee at the end of the day, and their head coach is Doc Rivers, who usually falls flat just when you think they're about to do something. So I'm going to pump the brakes on them, but in that same breath, I'm going to say keep an eye out on them. I think laying 14.5 with them tonight, though, you should be just fine. Last and final game of the night, man, a really good one. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Timberwolves 1.5-point road favorites in this game. With the playoff seeding looking the way it's looking in the Western Conference, this is a huge game in terms of that. Memphis, they've won both meetings this season over the Minnesota Timberwolves. First meeting was 127-125 in Minnesota on the 11th of January. And the last meeting was 9 days later on the 20th of January in Memphis. They beat them 108-106. Tonight, Memphis is coming in this one. Oh my God, I can't talk. Memphis is coming to this one off of 3 straight wins. They beat Miami, Detroit, and Charlotte. Minnesota is coming into this one. They've won 4 of their last 5, but they just lost their last game to Milwaukee, 110-103. A disgusting fourth quarter from Minnesota in that one. One of the most disgusting fourth quarter efforts I've seen in a minute. Tonight, I think Minnesota gets its revenge. I just don't like what I've seen from Memphis post All-Star break. Short, sweet, simple. I don't like the late season firing of Taylor Jenkins. Fading Memphis and Memphis isn't fun, but in that same breath, we trust Minnesota much more on the road than we do at home. we bet Minnesota way more on the road than we do at home. Double revenge game for Minnesota. I think they go in here and get this done, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. I really think Minnesota wins this game. So they're favored in this game for a reason. Minnesota favored on the road in Memphis. Meaningful spot, I think, speaks volume. That's all I'm saying. I'm on the T-Wolves, laying the points here on our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the damn thing. Let's keep the momentum rolling forward off a really good night last night, 2-0. Let's keep it rolling forward. We've hit back-to-back on our NBA Player of the Night, looking to make it 3 straight. Scoop it up over at Pickdawgz Premium, $25. Hop on something long-term with the playoffs right on the horizon. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.